Hi, I'm Garvin DeShazer, and today we'll be hearing about how niceness can actually be enabling and even in some cases deadly, and what we can do to be genuinely loving instead. Enjoy, because this is your daily inspiration. Be nice to your brother. If you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. Oh, that's not nice. Now, let's all be nice. How many times have we heard variations on these expressions? We say them to avoid conflict and to avoid others thinking less of us, most of all, our children. So, we're nice to our children because we're too afraid to love and teach them. We're terrified that if we do, our children will think we're not nice and will hate us. So we sometimes don't tell them the very things they need to hear. In being nice, we allow them to develop beliefs and behaviors that come to destroy them, sometimes to the point of death. Here's a story to illustrate that. Several years ago, there was a climbing expedition to Mount Everest. At 29,029 feet, Mount Everest is the world's highest mountain and holds a certain allure for climbers despite its dangers. Now, climbing Mount Everest is never pleasant, even with ideal preparation. It's cold and lacks adequate oxygen. The upper reaches of the mountain constitute what has come to be known as the death zone, a term used to describe altitudes at which the oxygen level is insufficient to sustain human life. High altitudes of the death zone can result in cerebral edema, which can be fatal. On this particular expedition, one man had tried twice before to reach the summit. This was his third attempt. Both times before he had failed while close to the top and had to turn around because of storms and lack of oxygen. So this time he was determined to reach the summit. He had acknowledged that if he failed on his third try, he would not try a fourth. Every guide who goes to the top of Everest establishes camps. Climbers ascend in stages, Camp 1, Camp 2, Camp 3. When they finally get to Camp 4, they spend the night. Then, the next day, they go all the way to the summit and head down. If, by a certain time, climbers haven't reached the summit, they have to turn around anyway. If climbers keep going, they'll reach the summit, but when they turn around to come back down, they'll be trapped by darkness, storms, and cold. They'll hit the death zone. So the turnaround time is the deal breaker. You either reach the summit by the turnaround time, or you don't go to the summit at all. On this particular expedition, the man who had tried twice before hit the turnaround time and begged his expedition leader to allow him to continue climbing. "I'm only an hour away," he said in a tone of desperation. "It's not that far to go, only 100 yards. But of course, at that altitude, 100 yards is excruciating and can be a matter of life or death. But in order to be nice, the expedition leader said, "Okay." And the man died. And so did the expedition leader. They made it to the summit, but because the leader had been nice, they didn't make it back down. The two men died, quite literally, of niceness. This story illustrates a principle we can all learn from. Yes, it's fine to be nice in our casual interactions with people, but we need more than niceness in our relationships. We need people who will be honest with us and tell us the things we're doing that are killing us. Soft words and gentle kisses do nothing if the receiver is slowly dying under a festering mass of pain, addictions, victimhood, or more. We need people in our lives who will say no to entering the death zone and take our hand and head back down the mountain. What will you do to love and teach the children and people around you rather than simply be nice to them? How far will you go to build confidence, resiliency, and strength in those you mentor, instead of confusion, insecurity, and weakness? Are you willing to risk being hated by others for the necessity of saving their emotional lives? Will you say, I am willing to be bold, clear, and direct, and help someone out of the death zone today? Thanks for listening. May your day be filled with love, laughter, and joy. Bye for now.
Hi, this is Scott, producer for the Daily Inspirations podcast. We hope you're enjoying these stories, and if you'd like more inspiration in your life, visit mydailyim.com. You can find weekend blog posts, sign up for our email update list, and you can let us know about an inspirational story you'd like us to cover. Or just say hi. We'd love to hear from you.